Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another edition of Scoreboard here on ACT, and it's always a pleasure every Tuesday evening between the hours of 8 and 9 where we come into your homes to bring you something that is relevant in sport in Trinidad and Tobago. A big shout out to all the loyal supporters of this program. Also to Trinidad and Tobago, please be safe, obey what is being told to do, and we'll all make it through this virus. But as we say, life goes on. We just have to make sure we do it in a proper way. Tonight we want to talk a bit about the sport of cycling, because for the past year or 2 years, cycling is one of the sports that has really been prominent and doing well in Trinidad and Tobago. And only a couple of weeks back we saw again where Nicholas Paul and Tilly Campbell, they won the sportsman and woman title for the FCB Awards, and again congratulations to them. They are two of the cyclists together with Kwesi Brown, who has also qualified for the Olympics. Well, as we know, the Olympic has been postponed as well. So I saw it fit to highlight the sport of cycling and to get someone who represented Trinidad and Tobago for a number of years, who was one of the cyclists who basically paved the way for these youngsters, to be where they are today. And none other than my guest for tonight is ELISHA Green Sr. And we have a surprise too on the program, because we also have, at a little later on, we're going to bring on ELISHA Green Jr. So the father has now gotten the son involved, and I can tell you, I've seen him on the track. We're going to hear this name down the road. ELISHA, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Welcome to being here.
I always say you are one of the guys who really have gone back into communities and is giving back. But we'll get to that point. Let's talk a bit about, you were one of the cyclists who represented Trinidad and Tobago. In years gone by. You did very well, and you and some of the others have paved the way for cycling for the young ones now who are creating this wave.
Yeah.
One of the cyclists, we can safely say, is Tilly Campbell, because she started with you actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Started back with me.
And then she started back with you.
Yes.
And she is the first female to qualify for an Olympics from Trinidad and Tobago. So, I mean, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But let's talk a bit about ELISHA Green as a cyclist. What it was like for you, and I know that is just the idea, so don't let me make it. What it was like for you, representing Trinidad and Tobago, and what were some of the challenges you faced then in your time?
Well, it's a quite a long time, it's a very long time, but me being a cyclist was one of the greatest opportunity I had in my life. It was a pleasure, it was an honor representing my country for those years. Whenever I put on the red, white and black, it was a proud moment for me. And I'm so emotional now, and that's one thing with cycling and representing the country. It's a rule, and I stand by it, and I believe in it. And I believe in whenever representing the country is the best of your ability. And over the years, I've grown and I've matured into the person I am today through cycling. Being able to mix with and mingle with the right people. Gerard Adid, who was there as one of my main sponsors my whole career, which is a Beacon Insurance. I did the Cocadigans. Ian McLean, Neil Allen, these are people that was always at my side. And I'll say for me, being a cyclist and the challenges I did face, which is the challenges today, which is funding. It's always about funding.
So the same funding you had in your time, the same thing we see now, after all these years.
Exactly, because expectation is a hell of a thing. People expect you to win. They expect you to put your bike on the line. So I think the story behind that is you didn't know if you eat, you didn't know if you're taking a protein, They don't know those things.
Yeah,
You know, you put the bike to the line, you win, and you're the entertainer. And that is always it has always.
And when you lose, it's a failure.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So for me, you know I mean, I had those challenges, but I could say thank God, you know I mean, for the people who have been there for me, and I mean, who guide me through. And if I had dealt with it now, then as how they deal with it now as a business. For me, it wasn't a business. For me, it was an opportunity.
Right.
For me, it was a passion. So it was never a business opportunity for me.
Okay.
It was a passion and my way out of the hole. You know what I'm saying? Because growing with a single parent, I mean, with 5 kids, and I mean, and it was my way of bettering me as an individual. And I look at it that way. I took it so serious. But if I had the right backing and the right support, I'd have reached a lot further in my career.
But at what age at what age on who was responsible for you getting into the sport?
I always go back to Neil Allen and Ian McLean. Those two guys are the guys that paved, that get me in the sport and really guide me in the right direction when it comes to not only sport but education. You know what I mean, they took the opportunity and they sent me back to school because I was in those days was field common entrance. I was out of school, I mean, learning trade and pick up cycling, and those guys sent me back to school. I mean, get proper education. I mean, so that was always the stepping stone for me, and from them was to Cokie Digans. There was Mr. Digan and Mr. Digan, like my mother and father. Understand? And then come to Gerard Dean, Michael Phillips. So Tong really helped me in my journey. I mean, no matter I was from South. But Tong is who helped me, mold me to the person I am today. Yeah.
So at what age you started?
I started at 17. You know what I mean, I always ride in bicycle. I used to live right across it from Bike Doctor.
Okay, coming young.
So bike was always into me. I never forget Christmas morning. Anthony Commission called me and gave me a brand new bike. And from there I was just a riding machine. I was just riding up along the road.
Would you say that's a late age for getting into the sport, especially a sport like cycling?
It is a late age because, you know what I mean, cycling started from 7. And believe it or not, when I started cycling, the best of the best was in motion them days. Them days had guys like Mario Joseph. And that was a power horse. Richard Dickey, the whole Dickey brothers.
Yeah, that's a whole clan, you know.
The whole Timmy Corbin, Ian Price. I mean, those was the Elmos Warriors. When they put your bike on the line with those guys, they make it or they break it. And I came into that era when those guys was on top. And I mean, Ezekiel Keller, Clinton Grant, Michael Phillips, Stephen Monroe, Emil Abraham. So to come in the sport at 17 and meet those guys, and I mean, and dominate after the years go by, it was a great achievement. They're like no, and I mean, them days when they see a quarter races, what kind of 10 minutes in a race, 12 minutes in a race, 15 minutes in a race, and you had to ride for one place first. You understand? So I would say those guys made me the cyclist I am, was because they either make you or break you.
When you started up, right? I mean, what was it like? What was in your mind? Was a mindset like? Were there times you would? Because I know when you start something, you're going to start dominating one time. You got the challenges, but were there times you're saying, "Boy, I wonder if this really for me, or if I should stay, or you know, what the ups and the downs?"
Well, believe it or not, I never had those thoughts.
You just like to ride.
Whatever I put my mind to, I used to do. I was in boxing before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I box farm dance still.
Okay.
You understand? And I had 2 matches. I win one, I draw one in Toko, and then.
That's amateur or professional?
Well, amateur boxing.
Okay.
You understand? But when it comes to like this cycling, when I started, and I can remember this individual saying, "Where this wild black boy come from?" You know, I hear the statement, and it always click in the back of my head. You know what I mean? And that had me motivated, and from that, when I reach on the line and the line up and I see the $1 million bike, and these powerful white boys, and they come, all that keep motivated me, and I would just sit down in my drive all the time. So I never look at what I had on, what bike I riding, what wheel I riding. No, when I put my bike on the line, pick my mother next to me, she had a ride. That was my mindset, because this is my way out. This is what I love doing. This is my focus. Cycling had no friend. Had no friend.
When was the first opportunity to represent Trinidad and Tobago, and what was that competition all about?
I left to go Barbados, but it wasn't national team. But I long to leave your country.
Yeah.
Right? In those days, I had a Grand Prix in Barbados. It was one of the biggest events, just like what we had in Trinidad. And when I was there as a junior, that's the first day, the first time I ever traveled. And I came by, I went around cleaning the yard to get money to travel. And I went and cleaned this yard the day before I leave. And I done cut the cutlass the yard, rake up grass, wash on the yard. And I leave, and those little brush cutlass. A little vine and a swing to cut the vine. And I chop my foot. And get 8 stitches. And I leave in the next morning. And I say, I can't tell my coaches, I have to go. Because I want to go. I put on a long pants and I went and I fly. I read Barbados. I raced with the stitches. The stitches ended up bursting. But I went 6 out of 6 races. And when I came home, the manager was so upset because I didn't tell him, but I wanted to go.
Yeah, if you didn't tell him, I tell you.
The system.
Yeah.
I wasn't giving up that. Because also, first time traveling and feeling comprehensions because of reading. My problem was reading. And you know the slip on the plane is give it a fallout.
Yeah.
I come out sitting on that plane and falling on that form, and for me, up to today, I always remember that's one of my greatest achievements.
Yeah.
Being able to sit down and follow the form.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, in cycling over the years, is from ground all the way up. I've achieved things all the way up. I think that will always stick in the back of my mind. I'm saying that keep me humble, keep me peaceful, never forget where I came from.
Right.
No matter where I go, what I do. Because people hear the name and people see one pity.
Yes.
But I remain humble. Never forgetting who I am and where I come from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's easy, when you forget that, it's easy to make adjustments. Because why I am today in Tabakit, when people still look at me and now I believe where I am. No water, no lights, countryside. You know what I mean? Goat, sheep, rabbit. I live in the countryside.
Yeah.
It was so easy for me to adjust because I never forget where I came from. But people have an idea when they see the green, they expect certain things.
Yeah.
I don't live trying to live. It's hard to live to keep up all those expectations. And to my death, I just live for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, and it's the humblest way to go now.
So when did you actually made a national team?
I made a national team as a junior. And it was the first I was invited on the national team. That's the year when Gene Samuel came back from Olympics. He and Sean Wallace came back. Sean Wallace was his teammate. And it was the first year when Gene came, I didn't know who Gene was. And I treated him like a ordinary cyclist. And Gene Samuel turned to me and he said, hey, if you continue riding so to me, I'll trade down. I didn't care. I ride him down to the wall. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know who he was, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I raced him.
Yeah.
And that was the first year Gene Samuel brought out the most outstanding and aggressive cyclist of the year. He brought out that. And I was the first person to get it. And I can remember he in the national prize giving award function, he talking and my paw was raising, and he said while I was away he was reading it and hearing about this guy and he come here and he called my name and I started to cry because I didn't know who this guy was and it was total disrespect.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't disrespect, but it was showing age.
Yeah, it wasn't disrespect in the sense of the you fear nobody there.
Gene Samuel is a guy who I learn a lot from. You see, the problem with the sport is that you must give respect where respect due.
Yeah.
And I was honored to share that moment with Gene, but learn from him along the way from then to now. Because Gene Samuel was my motivation and he was my teacher. And I will go in a race with Gene and I'll assess him and watch him. And he's one of the best strategy cyclists that ever had in here. And I said most of those style of racing, I adapt from Gene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it has few sprinter steers in cycling. Gene was a sprinter steer. I was a sprinter steer. That way we have the ability to do either or, sprint, bunch, anything. And from up to the Gene, total respect. You can't beat him. And every day I ask him, what motivated you to come back? And I can't do that again. As much as I want to.
Because you're the only man I've ever already seen in Masters already, you know.
I don't think, I tell myself every day that, hey, I can give myself one more hero. Especially if my son, you know, my son is here now and, you know, people meet him and tell him, boy, you have a big shooter full. ELISHA is the father, and he never see me race. But he want to race, but to say come back and be part of him with him. And it's difficult because he's been like, Daddy, you're going right now. Daddy, you're going right now. That's okay. And the last ride I went to him, and I begged him to go in the van. Because I just tired and he want to go.
I remember playing Tabakit when he challenged you to the race now. And he tell you if you lost the 100 push-up. And when he come around that corner,
yeah.
what? Yeah.
He, you know, very few cyclists. The kids be good cyclists.
Yeah.
Most of the best they ever had, trend ever follow through. You understand what I'm saying? Gene Samuel, son struggled over the years, you know what I mean? Corky Digan never had a son who doing this. Roger Gibbon, son struggled through the years. So none of them never had somebody to say yes.
Yeah. Because Gibbon had a son was riding and he just fade out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I watch my son and like, he know what he want.
Yeah.
And I don't pressure him. I can't pressure him from now.
Yeah.
I just
let him enjoy the sport.
Exactly,
Let him enjoy the sport.
I just go with him.
Yeah.
And he had wanted it on his own.
Yeah. All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, we want to talk a bit about some of your overseas travels and the bigger events that you took part in. Viewers, we're talking cycling tonight and we're kind of reminiscing with ELISHA Green, Trinidad and Tobago former cycling champion at what year was that? Was in the 70s, 80s?
70s, 80s.
Right? And these are the guys who really paved the way for the ones that you see now. So when we come back, we'll talk a bit more about his life and times in the sport of cycling. So we'll be right back after the short break.
We, from those encounters together, and this was a North-South game to open the season.
So the team might be playing well, as we always say with Trinidad and Tobago.
Futsal did that great for me.
Okay, hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Field of Dreams on ACTN. My name is Steve David, I'm your host.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Scoreboard on ACTN. ELISHA, before the break, we were talking a bit about when you first made the national team. But let's dive in a bit now to some of the bigger events when you made the senior team. And who were some of the guys you were
Teammates with?
Yeah.
First medal was in Cuba. We went for the we had CSC in Cuba. It's in the 70s. First medal was bronze and silver in the carrying and the Olympic sprint, team sprint. Our teammates like Michael Phillips, Clinton Grant, Mary Joseph.
Grant is the one who died in the accident, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then I move on to CSC. Most of my medals are CSC and Pan Ams. I have one Pan Am championship medal. Then I went to the last medal I had was with Christopher Sele. When we win the Christopher Sele, Ezekiel Keller, Aqua we get 2 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. That's the whole team.
That's in where?
In Argentina.
Okay.
We did get silver in the team sprint. I get silver in the carrying. Christopher Steele get gold. As you could get bronze in the carrying in the kilo. So that was a good year for us. Then I had a silver medal with Michael Phillips, myself, and Aku Keller. That's in the team sprint.
Okay.
In Curacao, in Venezuela. Then I was one of the first cyclists ever do the Cooper in Manchester. The Cooper is one of the biggest events it have where all the favorites in the world.
Yeah.
It's come to that.
Okay.
It's a big event. And so then I went to South Africa for the B Worlds. I missed my Prime Minister Patrick Manning. I mean, he bought my bike for that games.
Okay.
So I get silver in the carrying. If I win the gold, I'll qualify for Olympics.
Okay.
And that's the closest I ever came to qualifying for Olympics.
Yeah. But during your career, like most sportsmen and women, the first thing they always tell you is that Olympics. That is there, right? Did that ever play any great part in your journey in the sport? That you said, okay, I'm going to put out 150%. I want to go to the Olympics, or you were just going along a path and trying to achieve things?
That's a very good question. In the sense of, I never thought of Olympics. I mean, my joy was just racing and achieving it as it go along.
Yeah, step by step. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And to come from nobody else boy in the streets, and I mean to ELISHA Green, international cyclist, known as the people champion, known as the green machine, known as the face for Beacon Insurance. Understand? For me, that was the biggest. I mean, and the hype those days was the Western versus the world. That was one of the biggest event. I mean, they were you get the opportunity to show your true potential against the world. And for me, that was my Olympics. Western versus was my Olympics, and I dominated that 3 years straight. And I mean, second run up twice. So I never see beyond a Pan Am, I mean, or CSC or World Cup. I went to World Cups, but it was, I don't know, like I didn't have the desire, or I was so lost, or so caught up in just being there. For a long time, when they make a trip or you get selected to go on a trip, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because you have to face the best in Trinidad.
Yeah.
When I faced Michael Phillips, the Clinton Grant, the Key brothers, the Timmy Corbin, the Ian Price, is a big thing to qualify. And that's what I'm saying. So for me, it was a good thing to get there then. So you get there and okay, you do your best there. Whatever role after that, you roll with it. But to jump in and say thinking Olympics, that never crossed me.
Yeah.
Nah, that never crossed me. Junior,
So what was if I'm to ask you the biggest highlight of your career in the sport, what would that be? What, that you sit now and it brings a smile to your face, just remembering that one incident?
I still believe I have a lot of races I've won over the years, but for me, my best race was being there for Jason. My era on the way out and Jason coming in.
So you had the opportunity to ride with Jason against him?
I was the one who teach Jason. I was the one who used to guide him and let him go. Because I saw the ability and I saw the...
So, you're telling me that now, and you know what I'm seeing while you're telling me that now? I'm seeing the same thing that you're saying there now. I saw Jason doing that same thing for Bramble.
And again, when they lead the way, I mean, it is always cyclists only.
Yeah.
When Jay came in, Jay came under Well, Nicky Phillips is Jay's dad. Noah Lucas was our coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And I remember at him in Skinner Park, Gene Samuel, Maxwell Cheeseman. My coach Noah Lucas was coaching me and Maxwell Cheeseman. And I met Cheeseman. I had a laugh. Called life is a cycle. Me and Cheeseman was neck for the most outstanding. 5 in Skinner Park. And the last race was the race at the Kong to win. And he beat me. And I was so disappointed because the old guy, young guy coming up, and he ain't give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
So he had a big scuffle in Skinner Park with me and him, right?
Yeah.
And then, all the years after, people used to vex at me because I used to carry Jay to the line and open. You know what I'm saying? Carry Jay to the line and open. When I let go Jay 200 meters to go, I knew my money book. Because he ain't beating him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't beating him.
Yeah.
Because I saw the ability he had in him.
In him, yeah.
He's one of the greatest ever come to Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately, the little mishaps he had along the lane, and I mean, he had some disappointing times.
Yeah.
And I always go back to Jay because Jay is me. Jay is one of mine. Right? But Jay, I remember how Jay was. I think I Jay to the line and open him up. And people were vexed. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And Jay got the taste of victory.
Yeah.
You know
So it started driving him now.
That started motivating and started driving him. I said I raced in Skinner Park. But I ended up on Jay wheel. And that's what I'm saying. I come around the corner and I run up and say, Jay, open. Open, Jay, open. And he opening. Because he feel the
victory. Yeah.
He young. You know what I'm saying? He young.
Yeah.
And he open, Jay.
Yeah, he opened.
And this old kids had to come in and I get inside and I give him a little nut and I beat him and he smiled and have a picture with me and he on Facebook up to today. And that's what I'm saying. And that's how it is. And that's what I'm saying. And he learned from that. And Jay is a leader. You could say what? He's a leader.
Yeah. I watch what I fella did with Bramble.
No, I don't want to go stress too much with Jason.
Yeah.
Jason he did a lot for cycling that he doesn't be recognized for. The Vroon Mirage.
Yeah.
The Crazy Brown. He set part. The Karen Bramble. He set part. And so he opened doors for these guys. And
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody is perfect.
I always say that.
You know what I'm saying?
And you could do 99 good and one bad, and that one bad going to put your your life, you know.
But Jay did a lot for this country that he don't be recognized for.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
true.
I'm saying?
That's true.
That whole life is.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's true.
I don't get into the politics. I look at Jay as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And pause at that. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, if they work out how it working out, he could come back because he had the gift.
Yeah.
He's one of the smoothest guy on a bike. Technically, he could ride. He could race. Mentally, it's a different story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, everybody have problems.
Yeah.
The ups and downs. Right? And with Jay's concern, I still have him here, and he's still one of the greatest.
No, you end up there talking about Jay, but it brings me to this next question now that Tennille Campbell is the first female from Trinidad and Tobago to qualify for Olympics, right? And that is one of the persons who you are responsible, regardless of who is a coach now or who is whatever it is. You are the person who are responsible for Tennille Campbell. Tell us a bit about that relationship.
Tennille Campbell is one of the most focused, dedicated, committed, strong-headed, stubborn individual I have. Understand? But it's a child that knows what she wants. And nobody, even nothing, will get in the way of achieving it. That's how strong she is. And I don't like to take all the credit when people say, well, because of you, Tennille. No, Noah Lucas had a lot to do with Tennille because Noah Lucas, Tennille was under Lou.
And then came on.
Then came when Noel died, she had problems with her knees. You understand? That was they took her off the bike because she had bad bandy and she had knee problems and she stopped riding bike. When Lou died, I started coaching Sonics. And I went to well, Akil Campbell was always riding. But we and them, we always had a relationship. And I went to Tina, I said, Tina, trust me. Come back. Trust me, for going 2 years. And that's what I'm saying. And we started training and trimming and everything. And in no time she just dominated. And then Nicholas Paul came on board. So it's her and Nicholas Paul together. I think the birthday is same day. We even had day apart.
So you had a hand in
Nicholas and Paul at the same time. And it feels good now seeing they grow together.
Yeah.
Every 5 o'clock every morning, they used to go to the gym. The gym was short man gym that I was there, gym instructor. A guy since back in the days. I mean, he was there. He's the foundation at Tinil and Akil where fitness is concerned. So you find every morning, they'll go to the gym at 5 o'clock, from their bed, and go straight to school. And that's what I'm saying. That was their routine. They're always together. And to see them now,
yeah.
I mean, it brings a joy to me. I mean, that foundation, that is development. And I mean, that is, you see your knowledge in. Because people could say what I want to say. And that's what I'm saying. I have proven myself over the years.
Yeah.
Understand? As a coach.
Yes, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Real.
And I still do demand or act as a coach. And that's what I'm saying. Because when you have kids with the ability of those two who have the discipline make it easy to coach. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And those who
But then you have the obedience coming in.
Easy to coach.
Yeah.
Because the discipline. When you have disciplined people, the achievements come faster because they wanted more than you.
Yeah.
You can wanted more than them. And so
Because it's not about you anymore.
I think most coaches wanted more than them because they worry about what people have to say about them and not what the people have to say about the athlete.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying, so as long as you put in the head or you motivate the athlete to believe in themselves and they wanted more than you, you will create champions. And that's what I'm saying. And with Tinil is strong mentally. You know, she's breaking point sometimes, but she always know what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? And she take charge. Because Tinil will ask you to do something or fall upon something, and if you miss, she supported herself.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. She know what she wants. Hey, she on top of she game. But she will ask me some questions sometime and I'll be fumbling like, because she always on top of her game. And so Tinley Campbell is Tinley Campbell and her foundation, and I mean, and where she is today, again, her mother Murphy, is her backbone.
Yeah.
And I mean, that mother had it hard. Very, very hard. Again, people only see the
Finished
success.
product. Yeah, the finished product.
They don't ever see the struggles.
Yeah.
And so Murphy had a struggle. These two, boy and girl, in the sport, because they come from a sporting family. Because Murphy was ex-national athlete as well. And I mean, her brother did cricket. So it was hard for her to see what these two kids, and that's what I'm saying. So when they see the end program, they see Tinley Campbell. Look at the foundation, look at the struggles. People would ever take them to see the struggles. And I always give that mother full respect. The way she grew her 2 kids, and I mean, and where Tinley is today, and that's what I'm saying. It's a proud moment for her. And I mean, and I always take time to see those things. And Tinil is one of my trophies. I should put it like that, trophies. When I sit where Tinil is today, and still today, she want advice, she call me. She want question, she call me. Because she believe in me, and I believe in her. And being a good coach is when you have that relationship. Your head hurt you, coach. My back hurt me, coach. And that relationship me and Tinley can have. We's one. And I mean, I respect her, she respect me. And so that is where we is even today. No matter what part of the world she is, we connect all the time. And that is the trophy.
Now, you had the opportunity well, outside of Tenille, but to foster that close relationship still with Jason and Paul and Kwesi and Bramble. And these are guys that you were wrong since in your competitive days.
Yeah.
So you have seen these guys come on the scene and grown. And what can you tell the public about these guys? Well, you already talk a lot about Jason, but what can you tell the public about these guys, seeing these guys, and again we're going back to not knowing the kind of sacrifices these people make in order to be where they are. When they're on top, the whole are trying to make it with them. When they're losing, we kick them by the roadside. And to make things better, they have now qualified for an Olympic.
The best of the best, right? You don't hear the greatest athletes come from Westmoreland. And I mean,
yeah, yeah.
You see the greatest come from humble places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I look at these guys and them, Bramble is done. Bramble say they're done, and I beg Bramble to come back to ride. You know what I'm saying? And to see what Bramble have achieved again on his own. I'm saying this J again, J who push Bramble all the way to where he is today. You know what I'm saying? I'm unfortunate to see, I mean, these guys always want assistance. Federations make demands. They are the government sport, the government body of every sport. Tennis have a government body, football have a government body, all sports have a federation, government body, right? Expectations. They expect us to show for training every day. They expect us to get up 5 o'clock every morning and go to the gym. They expect us and every time they expect of us, we give in, we perform, we provide and do all the necessaries, right? Federation have to take time non-stop and think. Do these guys eat? Do these guys get the protein? Do these guys have passage to get to training? Do these guys have transport? Do these guys and do these guys and do these guys? You know what I'm saying? And these are things that you must do. You must take time to think about these things. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for these guys and them to be on top of the game every time without being frustrated.
Yeah.
It's difficult. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts me to see where Bramble is today.
Yeah.
It hurt. Could you give them wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It hurts. After these guys and them gone, who it have?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We lost a group of cyclists.
Yes.
A major group of cyclists we lost because they come up pause with because they didn't get to go junior Pan Am.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. These are the opportunities that can't let slip by. Over the years, each country has been provided, has been getting cyclists over and over because preparation, and that's what I'm saying, and putting it in place. You have the Batiste. You have the Aaron Allen. You have the Rollins who just came back. That's what I'm saying. It has so much good junior cyclists that get dropped on the wayside. Yeah. After these guys, who we have? We have nobody. And that's what I'm saying. And this is where development come into play. Who taking time to develop? And that's what I'm saying. You have a multi-million-dollar investment, right, on Olympics. Take half, 3/4 of that, and put it into development.
Yeah.
Because when that's done, who you have?
Yeah, that's true.
When these fellas and them done, cycling done.
Anyway, we need to take another break. When I come back, I want to talk to you about your program in Tabakit. And we want to talk about the new kid on the block, ELISHA Green Jr. So viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Scoreboard on ACTN. And if you're now joining us, well, we're talking cycling and we kind of reminiscing with one of Trinidad and Tobago former top cyclist, ELISHA Green. We heard a lot about, when he started, some of the people who impacted on his career and who he has basically taken under his wings and produce top cyclists like Tennille Campbell, Nicholas Paul, Justin Phillip, and all these guys. And it's good to talk to our sportsmen and women and hear, their side of the story, their struggles, and when they come back on the scene and what they intend to give back to Trinidad and Tobago. In this last 50 minutes here, we want to talk a bit about a program that ELISHA has started in Tabaquite. And I was fortunate to be there to view what's happening. And from the time I was there to now, the group that he has put together, they have, I think 3 of the cyclists has already won medals at top competition. So it tells you that ELISHA is really keeping that fire in the cycling burning. And we want to bring to the public a name that I believe from the clips that I have seen him in training and what he's all about and the guidance by his father, I'm sure in a couple of years we're going to be seeing this guy blazing on the track. And let me introduce to you ELISHA Green Jr. ELISHA, good evening and it's a pleasure. Tell me what is it like to have a dad who you can look up to and try to be like on a cycle track?
Good.
Right? So who's your biggest supporter? Who do you look to support you and to guide you in the sport of cycling?
My father.
Your father. I remember up at Tabaquite you challenged him to a race, remember that? And you told him that if he loses the race, he has to do 100 push-ups, and you end up winning that race. Why you like cycling so much?
Because I just like it.
Mm-hmm. So you want to be better than your dad, right?
Yeah.
So, but ELISHA, what is it like for you sitting here now and you have your son at the side, and knowing that what you have done for so many other cyclists out there, you have the opportunity to do it for him, right? And the good thing about it is that the Tennille Campbells and the Justin Phillip and all these other guys, you got them at let's say an old age. Mm-hmm. But you have him here now at age 7.
7.
What's your plans for him really?
Well, my plan for my son, ELISHA Green Jr., is to grow him into the great young man I would like him to be. Grow him with a good education, first because I learned over the years how important education is. Mm. And I must say thanks to his mom, Crystal Lucasing, for the work she has and time she has invested in him where education is. But for my son, I just want him to be the best he would like to be. Mm-hmm. Whatever he chooses to be, I'll support him in it. Mm-hmm. If he chooses to be a cyclist for the rest of his life, I am there for his support. I'll push him as far as I can push him, take him as far as I can carry him. My son, having him next to me now is a great feeling. It means to say I'm being a parent. That's one thing. Unfortunately, my dad wasn't around, and I don't want to make the mistake that my dad made. I mean, I have 3 beautiful kids, and I try my best to be there for one of them. My son lives with me, so he has the greatest opportunity to be, and I have the greatest opportunity to be with him.
Yeah.
I mean, to see him mature and teach him all that I know and be the father I could be towards him.
Now he competes in the under 7 BMX. Yeah. What has his achievement been so far? Well,
his achievements have been great, and I mean, he's national current champion.
Okay.
National sprints, and I mean, he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? And I do coach my son. You know what I mean? From a young age, he knows when he get up in the morning, I get up and do your own thing.
Yeah, so he trains himself.
Train himself.
Okay.
Listen, I be with him occasionally because I don't want to push him too early.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And I don't want it more than him.
Right.
He had to show daddy that he wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had to show daddy that
You know, have some parents, and it goes outside of sports too. They didn't accomplish certain things in life, and now they want to force the kids now to really live their dream then.
I don't do that to my son. You know, he's the one, Dad, train me now. I want to train me today. Let me do this, let me do that. I mean, and over the years, he always at my side. He always, you know, seeing what is to do and what is not to do. He was no training, he no bike. At 7, he no bike. I didn't have that opportunity. He could read a race and he could tell you what's going on. And he going good. But again, I'm just going in the right way. Calmness, no cockiness, be confident, talk confident, talk proud, be proud, care about yourself to me. I mean, being the best parent I could be.
Yeah, because viewers, you might see him sit down here very quiet on a cycle track. He's not that individual, because especially when we were up at Tabakit and they went on the road, he was actually the man in charge, you know, who were really, you know, leading the cyclists on the road. So don't let this little shy thing here fool you. But tell us a bit about your program up in Tabakit since when I was up there. What has transpired so far?
Well, I don't ever say my program.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like to take the title of it. You know what I mean? It's the parents' program.
Okay.
And so I'm saying, me and never forget my good friend Bevon.
Yes.
It was his idea. He motivated me.
Okay.
He's not us for the team no more. You know what I mean? But I know his spirit is there, and his spirit is there with us. But what we have achieved, and I mean, the program is going good. Before this virus, COVID-19, we had nationals. I got 3 national medals. I've won in the scratch race, like juniors, and I've won in the pursuit. I have the points race. I mean, I'm looking forward for the tiny mite because I have a little guy, Sindel. You know, his next name you're gonna be hearing. He's very, very good. You know, and he's very, very fast. I mean, to have a lot of potential in Tabakit. I mean, a lot is coming out of that program right now. Right now, everybody is on home trainers at home because of the COVID-19. I mean, so hopefully, you know, when this pass, I mean, everything will be back and those guys will be ready to race again. But I've a young guy, and I mean, I really seeing my good friend Vern Mirage. And I mean, I miss him a lot in racing. I mean, wherever he is, I know he's happy, in a good place.
Yeah.
But I have this kid I'm training right now. What's his name? What's his name again? Titus. He looked just like Vern. Everything he do like Vern Mirage. You know, little Indian guy, but he'll be good. Look out for the name Titus. I mean, but other than that, the program going good. I mean,
I'll now comment to that. What are some of the challenges you face, and in what areas that you feel that people who might be doing the program could assist you on?
Well, again, it's always funding, and I mean, and with the little group I have in Tabakit, is parents. The parents run the club. I'm just the coach. I have just the coach. I have the parents I'm taking charge.
Yeah, I remember when.
A little fundraiser. You know, we try a barbecue. We get some funds, and with that, since the barbecue, every racing event, we sell soft drinks, we sell hot dogs, we sell food, so that keep the money balanced.
Yeah.
Because you know, each training group, we have breakfast. And I mean, we can provide that.
Yeah. So when I was there,
that's fortunate ones in the group who can register. I've now registered 15 cyclists to the Trinidad Cycling Federation.
Okay.
Which is good out of a program.
So how many in all you have up there?
Well, the group will start off with about 30.
Okay. But you know, some will drop off by the year.
Everybody had a different focus. I into producing cyclists.
Right.
I mean, I produce champions. I produce world class. So my focus is different. Understand? So out of the 30, out of the 40, I have 15 racing cyclists.
Right, okay.
Understand what I'm saying? But people come on board as to see the progress of what it is, understand what I'm about. Understand? So people in Tabakit, I mean, they're supporting it, and I mean, I have no corporate sponsor yet, but it's heading there. I mean, my biggest goal right now is to put these young guys and them out there. I mean, let Tabakit see what happening and where they're going. I mean, because everybody started everything as a joke until they see progress, then everybody jump on board. And these kids and them, I know where I've been and I know where I want to take them. So I'm giving them the opportunity. And I mean, and there's good kids, that's what the guidance and that's what the proper nourishing.
And you still have the support of the school.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a guy who will give you all water by the shop. He's still on board with you.
He's still on board. Everybody's still on board. Understand? I don't use the school no more. I mean, I use more like at the tunnel. Where the train tunnel is in Tabakit. I never ever went there.
That is not
Train tracks.
Huh?
The train track.
Oh yes. Right.
Yeah, my new training.
Okay.
Now. And I mean, it's an open road.
Right.
Because the train stop.
Oh yeah.
The school.
Yeah.
You understand? So a lot of things have changed, but the program is going good.
Yeah. So what do we see next for ELISHA Green in the sense of producing, cyclists? What would you, at the end of the day, what would you want people to remember ELISHA Green for?
At the end, I want people to remember me as a good person. I mean, that did a lot for the sport. I mean, that lived his life for cycling. I mean, this is my passion. This is my love. I mean, and I eat, sleep, breathe it. When I come to my house, there's bike hanging up all over the place. I mean, I was fixing somebody's bike, I was doing something. Understand? So I would say that.
Before we end, I want to talk a bit. We have about 2 minutes, 3 minutes remaining. Now that the Olympics has been cancelled, how do you see this benefiting Kwesi, Nicholas, and Tinil? Because in sport, when you have a big tournament coming up, they say you want to peak at the right time, and that is when everything is in line to go and compete. And then now you have to come back down now and then start all over for another day.
I would say God is working mischievous ways, right? But we cyclists in Trinidad and Tobago, for me, this is my opinion. I'm talking about me. I think it's a good that has been shown off.
Okay.
Right? Giving them a chance to have a bigger block.
Okay.
Giving them a chance to be more focused, because after this incident with no coach Hartwell left, we was unsettled.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So with this now, they find themselves getting more focused, settling in, getting more time to build a bigger base, getting more time to gain more experience, gain more knowledge. So yes, to me, it's a plus.
Okay. Before we end, ELISHA Jr., is there anybody out there you would like to say hello to and hi, mommy, hi, anybody?
Yeah, grandma and them talk.
My grandmother.
Huh?
Grandmother, my grandfather, father, my mother.
And what about some of your teammates?
Talk up, what do you think about?
Timmy Campbell, Justin Phillip, Godfather.
Is there any one cyclist out there that you would like to be like?
My father.
That's the right person. That's the right person.
The best cyclist.
Yeah, your father's the best cyclist. Yeah, that's good. Keep up the good work. I've seen the progress and I know that you'll do well. ELISHA, it's a pleasure always to sit down and talk with you because you are one of the sportsmen who are always willing to give back and not be looking for anything in return. So again, I want to thank you. I want to thank your son for coming, and I know that he's going to do well because he's guided by a good person. And all the best to your program in Tabakit. We hope that you go from strength to strength, and you know I'll always support you.
Yes, I'm always glad to be here.
Right. So viewers, we want to say again thank you very much for staying with us. We were talking to Elijah Green and Elijah Green Senior and Junior, and we were just reminiscing a bit about his career in the sport of cycling and what he has done for the sport by giving back to the younger ones. So again, we hope that you enjoy the program. If you miss any part thereof, there's a repeat tomorrow at 1 p.m. And we look forward to you joining us next week for another edition of Scoreboard. So in the meantime, be blessed and stay safe. See you next week.